right, all right. Well, this week we're focusing on strength training for fat loss. I really did try to be quick and efficient with this one because you aren't writing the workouts the majority of the time. We are, unless you guys are going out of town. But I want to stress the importance of strength training and why we want to focus on it over cardio. Cardio is valuable. Cardio does have its importance, but at the same time, if we're looking for fat burning, which we all are. I mean, even if you're in the muscle building group, we still want to burn fat and tone up. But if you're just focused on building muscles, you can still do all of these things. You get all of these benefits as well. But cardio has been believed for the longest of time to be the best way to burn fat. People would spend hours at a time on the treadmill, bike, elliptical, and they might lose some weight, but none of those people that I've ever known of have gotten the body that they were actually looking for, the toneness, the waistline going down that they're actually looking for. Strength training is now understood to be the most efficient way to burn fats. Four main reasons why strength training is considered the most efficient way. One, the afterburn effect. I'm going to talk about all these more in a second, but the afterburn effect, your basal metabolic rate, hormone optimization, and then the nutritional breakdown. So those first two are kind of focused on the simple overview of calories in, calories out, and how your body is burning calories. I never like to lean on that, but I do always recognize that there is some importance to it. So the afterburn effect. Cardio burns more calories during the session. If you're working out for 30 minutes of strength training or of cardio, cardio is going to burn more calories during, but the strength training burns more calories afterwards. Up to 48 hours afterwards, you are still in that fat burning mode and still burning calories from the workout as you are recovering. So the afterburn effect is a huge portion of why we really want to lean into strength training. Cardio, you're going to recover quicker. Your body's going to replenish itself. Strength training breaks down your muscles. That's why sleep is so important. It also sets you up to burn that extra fat, build those extra muscles, release those hormones, and all of those good things. So after the workout, you get significantly more benefits from strength training. Basal metabolic rate, which is a fancy way to say how many calories your body burns at rest. The cool thing about the Hume scale, this is what I kind of brought up earlier, it reads your basal metabolic rate. Again, if you are doing nothing all day, if you are sitting on the couch just surviving, you're still going to burn X amount of calories. And it's different for everybody. Men typically burn more than women at rest, and then more muscle mass also helps to increase your basal metabolic rate. Muscle burns significantly more calories for fuel. Your body burns an additional 10 calories a day per pound of muscle. So naturally, you're just going to end up burning more calories when you have more muscle mass. You're increasing your basal metabolic rate. Third on our list is hormone optimization. Strength training triggers our main three fat burning hormones, two of which we talked about a ton. A third one I kind of came across as I was doing reading. I wasn't very familiar with it, and so I started doing a little bit more research, and I was like, wow, that's an awesome hormone to be focused on. Human growth hormone, we've been talking about. It gives you energy. It helps to repair muscle. It also does help to burn fat. The same thing with testosterone. It does it in another way, but it helps with all of those things. Irisin, I think that's how you say it. Irisin is a muscle-derived hormone released in the bloodstream after strength training that converts white fat cells to brown fat cells to be burned. Um, White fat cells and brown fat cells is kind of complicated, but I don't know if y'all have ever heard the idea of when your body creates fat cells, it can never get rid of them. It can expand them and it can shrink them. You can't actually get rid of fat cells. White fat cells. That's what that's referring to. Your body has white fat cells and it has brown fat cells. And there is difference with how your body stores the energy with it, but ultimately you can completely burn and get rid of the brown fat cells, but you cannot do that with the white fat cells. So things like this hormone, the sauna, the cold plunge, yeah, those are two main or three main ways, considering strength training, to release this hormone so that we are trying to trigger the switch from the white to the brown fat cells. So kind of technical stuff there going on in your body. You don't have to know about it, but knowing that it happens hopefully encourages you with the strength training a little bit more. With hormone optimization, strength training helps you regulate cortisol. It does spike it during the workout, but helps you bring it back to a neutral at rest. Long duration cardio chronically elevates cortisol. So marathon trainers, even half marathon trainers, when I was training for my marathons, I was burning more calories, but I was also eating more calories. No matter how much I ate, I was always hungry and I was always burning more. So that basal metabolic rate was up, the energy expenditure was up, but my belly fat did not go down at all. If anything, my belly fat increased during that time. And I'm thinking, I'm running more than ever. This doesn't make any sense. It's hormones, working with hormones, and just running for 45 minutes or longer, it ends up releasing more cortisol and storing more belly fat. And then the last one in this group, nutritional breakdown. Your body puts its calories to work. Your body's going to do it a little bit differently after cardio versus after strength training. After strength training, we deplete your muscles a little bit more. We break down those muscles in a different way. So as your body's trying to replenish, it's not just trying to replenish the glycogen stores, which it is, but it's also trying to put the protein to those muscles to get them rebuilding stronger and functioning as they should. Sorry, Luna's here. Um, After your workout, your muscles are depleted of nutrients and are absorbing what you eat and putting it to work much more efficiently. This is why they say protein right after your workout is the most beneficial time to get it. Your body stores fewer calories. When calories are put to work, it's not just burning, but it's for recovery. And so we get this kind of idea of burn calories. We want to do everything we can to burn calories, but we want to really put those calories to work. And that's a lot of kind of what I want to make clear with the calorie discussion when we're in our group of it's not just calories in, calories out. There's so much more to it, but putting those calories to work efficiently with the recovery aspect. That's why strength training is so important. That's why sleep is so important. Questions on any of those? Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
Austin, quick question. So, like on the BMR, so if you're like, say my BMR is 2,100 calories. So, is that does that tie into my nutrition goal because that's the amount of energy it take or amount of calories it takes for your body to function during the day?
Yes.
So,
To
so
function
you're
efficiently, yes. So you need that plus your activity calories burned.
okay. Got it. Got
So
it.
you're going to need more calories than most people here in this group to maintain, but your goal is building.
Yep.
So the balance with that is yes, calories, basal metabolic rate plus your active calories burned equals the total calories per day. But then we want to find the right balance of those calories, and that's what we talked
Yes.
about early in the in our meetings.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm. Perfect, perfect. There's something else I want to say. Oh, with the strength training aspect, like I said, we're the ones writing the workouts. We're trying to get a good balance for you guys. So we're trying to take care of these things, but just lean into that strength training. And when it comes to the metabolic side of things, think of strength training very similar to sprints. We're going to work hard. We're going to get some rest in there so that we can continue to work hard. We don't want to keep that energy expenditure or heart rate up super high the entire time, but it's going to go up, it's going to come down, going to go up, going to come down. That's going to help with your body's efficiency, with the metabolic system, with how we're burning energy, period, and how we're utilizing it. Not just burning as much as possible, but utilizing it efficiently. But it's also helping with the recovery aspect.
Austin, you said there were the three hormone optimization. I only wrote down two. What I miss? HGH, whatever that, what was, spell that other one you were saying?
Irisin, Irisin.
Oh, look, I only missed it by one letter.
Mhm.
Um,
And then testosterone.
oh, okay.
I just kind of blew through testosterone because we've talked about it so much,
Yeah.
but it
Okay.
keeps coming up every time I do a little research. I go to my favorite books or podcasts. I use a little AI to give me some more information to make it a little bit more bullet points for us. And those two always and cortisol, but it's working in a different way. Always come up. Perfect, perfect. Anything else that we're struggling with that we want a little extra guidance with? That's what we're here for. So I'll stay here. I told you it was going to be a little bit shorter today, so we can hopefully spend a little bit of time with family this Easter weekend. But I'll stay around if you guys have any more questions, comments, or concerns.
Austin, do you know like a place that can do like a hormone panel?
I don't, but we can find that for you. I know our a lot of our members have, and some I think one or two of our coaches have too. I know there's places you can go into, but there's also at-home tests. So
Yeah, I
who
think I
out
need
here
to do
has one?
something like that. I'm interested because I feel like the hormones are battling against me.
Mhm.
I've been to Wellness MD.
Okay.
It's out of pocket, of course.
Yeah, I figured something like that would be, but that's okay. I need to figure out what's going on. I got other stuff going on, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was helpful.
We can try to do everything correct here and try to balance everything. And here's what I've learned, and this is so hard. Karen, that's a great place. A few other people have mentioned that place in the past to me before, so thank you for that. All this research, everything I read or listen to podcasts, they're all like, oh, well, exercise this way, you'll release this, or eat this and you'll release this, do this and you'll balance these. It's not always that simple. And that's a frustrating thing. And that is where a specialist comes into play, somebody like an endocrinologist, somebody who can read those hormone panels and help you. Everything I'm telling you is generally true. There are always exceptions, and that's the hard thing that we can't always get super specific per person, but overall, these things should be working in that way. But definitely, I think hormone panels are great for everybody to do. It just gives you a pulse of what's really going on in the body. All righty.
Agreed.
Hey, Austin, I
Yes.
know we've asked this question a million times. So when we do the Hume scale, what am I looking at again? Is it the body fat percentage and the lean
Yes.
mass?
Yes. I'll pull mine up. Let's see. Usually on the very first page. Yeah, the very first page, it has, the score or whatever, that's your credit score. That has it has your weight, your metabolic age, your skeletal muscle mass. This is what some people are looking at, skeletal muscle mass. Other people are looking at body fat percentage. So those are just kind of the main three over on this front page of home.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Perfect, perfect. Like I said, you guys are done for the day, but I will stay here if anybody else has any more questions.
Thank
How do
you.
we do a makeup that last week? Like if we want to watch, if I missed it.
I uploaded it to YouTube, so I will drop the link to the YouTube channel and the group message.
Okay.
Can you do this week's too? Because my internet was going in and out.
Yes, ma'am, I can. It usually takes me a little bit, but I'll work on getting that as soon as I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll make sure you know that when it's uploaded.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Austin.
Thank you. You all have a very happy Easter.
Thank
you.
you.
Happy
Easter. Hey, Austin.
Mhm.
Okay, I just pulled up my little Hume scale thing. And so my skeletal muscle mass has gone up, but my body fat has gone up at the same time.
Interesting.
I know. Like, I don't know. And I feel like I've been more dialed in on my protein and, my food,
Hmm.
but I also am eating a lot more.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a question, but I understand your
No, I
question.
know. I'm
That's
just
that's a
like
hard
looking at
that's
it
a
like,
hard
I don't
question of
know.
why is that happening, We don't always have just exact answers, but I'd rather you be doing that because maybe, you know what? Here's the truth. Maybe your body needs to hold on to more body fat. That's a reasonable thing that nobody really logically wants. Nobody thinks, oh, I need some more body fat.
Yeah.
But that might be the case. I don't know that for a fact. That's just me thinking. But I would keep on doing what you're doing. I think you're still getting the right benefits by gaining some muscle mass and gaining a little body fat
What am
percent.
I supposed to be looking at? Skeletal muscle mass? Is that the
Yes.
one you want me to look
Mhm.
at?
Yes. As long as
Oh,
it's somewhere around 57, 61, somewhere around that.
I'm at 60.
Okay, okay. 61.7. That's your goal. That's what you have to gain. 61.7.
So I got 1.7 left to
Mm-hmm.
go.
You
Okay.
better start lifting heavy, eating some protein, getting some
Mm,
sleep in this week. That means it's working. That means we're on the right track. But with that body fat percentage, there's a few little technicality things we can do with the whole, well, you're walking, you're doing those type of things. Sleeping, I guess, is the
look,
biggest
I
thing
got
you gotta focus.
13 miles in yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
Ridiculous.
How many steps was that?
I was at 26,000 and my phone charged for a while last night during my event.
So more than that.
So, yeah, it was a good day. Um, Actually, you know what though? So this is also when I'm looking at it, it makes this like 1 week look like the longest time ever. Because March 23rd, it was at 60.6. But I mean, I guess it's going to fluctuate a little bit. I think you and I did that one day. It was like one day it was one thing, and the next day it was down like 2 or 3 points. It was like, that don't make no sense.
Right, for sure, for sure. It's not 100% accurate, but it's about the most accurate that you can get without getting one of those huge DEXA scans. But like for this one, for example, you can look at the day and see all those type of things, and it looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
forever. You can click on week or month and try to get like a little bit better of a snapshot.
Oh, okay. That's what I need to do. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Tired.
To be expected. How have we been doing on any meal prep? Was that our last week's or we did sleep last week? How have we been doing on sleeping and meal prep?
I did good on meal prep. I actually came home from boot camp on Tuesday and meal prep for the week in
Heck yeah.
about 45 minutes. It wasn't
Cool.
bad.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's not bad at
It's my
all.
big thing. But I've been doing better a little bit better this week. So working on it.
Awesome. Awesome. I think especially with things like meal prep, a big actionable step, it takes practice and it ends up making a big difference in the long run.
Yeah, it does. That's probably my downfall is not getting enough sleep, but I need it. The older I get, the more I need, I can tell.
Very, very important. And I think one of the things from our challenge that I want to kind of stress the importance of is sleep and understanding that we can get by with so little, but we can't thrive with so little.
Right.
Have you guys here in the group so far, have y'all been doing the Hume scale? Have y'all been trying to keep track of progress?
I was gonna get on it today. I did it once last week, but I didn't.
Good.
I don't really know how to use it that well, but I've been trying to look at it.
Cool, cool. We can definitely help you. Any of the coaches up here, just ask. We can make sure that you're able to get the readings in properly, but then are able to really see what you're looking for. And we're going to talk about one of the things today, not that big of a deal, but one of the cool things that it shows that we can look out for that strength training effects. But ultimately, yeah, I think everybody here right now, the first three are all here for the muscle building aspect. So, curious where we are with that. Have we had a lot of changes with that?
Yeah, I
I've
was
been doing it, but I don't really. I probably need you to look at it and tell me. I mean, I can look at the little trend thing, but you know,
Mhm.
it makes it look like it's such this huge change, and then you look at the number and it's like, okay, that's not much.
0.8 up.
Yeah, exactly. But all of a sudden, that little line is like, woo.
Yeah, for sure. And I have written down in a spreadsheet of what everybody sent me for their beginning numbers. So that is as close to accurate as a date as possible that we got started, so we can kind of compare it to that. But we'll do that separately, just in person.
Okay.
Hey, Austin, do you have that spreadsheet handy?
Yeah,
Can you tell me what my starting was? I forgot what it was now.
I can do it. I can do it.
Because I was pretty excited this week. It looks like but see, well, the part of it is I can't tell. because I think it looks like I'm up maybe 4 pounds in muscle mass.
Heck yeah.
But that's going off of January, so I don't know when I sent that to you.
Gotcha. Your original muscle mass was 115.8.
Oh my God. Okay, okay, never mind. I'm 7 pounds higher.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so Wednesday, or what was the last weigh-in? Um, was it yesterday? I don't know. I'm gonna weigh in today too because I'm coming to class, but
Right.
it was 122.5 in skeletal muscle mass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well, that's exciting, but I
yeah.
hope everybody else doesn't get their hopes up because that's pretty extreme and exaggerate. Chris, I don't know what you've been doing before this challenge. If you've just been like lifting up 5 pounds this whole time, I don't.
Sandbagging.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. So cool. I love to hear that. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Those are going to be kind of extreme. Not everybody else is going to have those results probably, but are we at least trending in the right direction or potentially have achieved the goal of 4% down or 4 pounds up? That's the official 4% or 4 pounds.
When's the end of the challenge? Is the end of this month?
The end of this month.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. We got a few more weeks of this. For these last few weeks, since it is 7 o'clock, for these last few weeks, I will still have something planned, something to talk about to try to share information with you guys to use to better your life. That's what we're trying to do. Some of these things you kind of already know, but I want to focus on the importance of it. But also, more importantly, I want to use this time to kind of talk about issues we might be having, working through things getting in the way. I think Brianna brought up some good points last week of, we're giving you all these things, but our schedule is so limited. What do we really need to focus on type of thing? So any of those type of things, I want to use these meetings to share as well. And then, of course, talk with your trainers, whether you're in class or personal training. We talk with all of our coaches about what we're going over in the meeting so that we can communicate with you guys. So anything before we get started, questions, comments, concerns?